So the way you start is to practice before you leave. Go on picnics, take yourself to restaurants, go on a 2-day trip by yourself. Just really get used to being on your own. Because I'll tell you, being solo in Europe is a lot easier than being solo in the United States. You feel more safe in, I do, in Italy, France. I haven't been to Spain in a while, but those 3 countries I highly recommend solo travel as a woman. And you'll find that the food is high quality, the transportation is not hard to navigate, trains connect the big cities and many smaller ones. So with transportation and food, well, let's talk about accommodation. In the past couple of years, I've discovered staying near train stations because then you don't have to take a taxi, and all you have to do is get off the train and go to your hotel or apartment, and it's so close that it's just a short walk. So what you want to do is make things as easy as possible for yourself. And like today, I'm in Italy right now, here in Puglia region, and I had a great morning. My purse broke last night, and I got it repaired by a very nice repair person that repairs shoes and bags, leather. We had a great conversation. He's married to an Italian woman. He's originally from Afghanistan. And I have such a good time just talking to people that live here that have businesses, because I'm buying something from them, so you're already in a conversation. And a lot of people want to try out their English on you, and of course I want to try out my Italian. So I get a lot of correction that way. No, I'm in Italy right now. Average Joe, thanks for coming over. I haven't been to Mexico in a couple of years. I've been coming to Italy every year for almost 3 months. So this time I've been in France and Italy every year for 3 months for the past 2 years. Before that, I was going to Mexico, so I switched it up. So this applies to solo traveling in Europe. Solo traveling in Mexico is really different, but I'll do a separate live on that and share those tips with you, because I have traveled extensively all through Mexico by myself, both coasts, up into the highlands, by the border, both southern and northern. So what I want to share with you is just being able to navigate your traveling life by yourself and choosing a safe place to do it. You're not going to find the trouble that you think you might have with the language. Of course, you want to learn things. Oh, great. I'm glad you came because of the Mexico videos, because I have done a lot on those. Thanks for the hearts. Appreciate it. So now that I'm spending a lot more time in Europe, I feel I can benefit you by sharing what I've learned. One thing you can do when you're in restaurants by yourself, in cafes and bistros and farmers markets, is talk to people. And they're more open to talking to people that are by themselves. No, this isn't AI. This is for real. That's funny. No, nothing on here is AI. I don't do AI on my channel. It's 1,000 videos of the real talk on solo traveling the world. I've been to 34 countries myself. I've been around the world 5 times buying one-way tickets along the way. So I have a lot of experience in the past 20 years. And you can do it too. You just have to prepare. You have to prepare your mindset, decide on a country. I would say don't bite off too many countries like I've done in the past. Try one, try two, but give yourself some time to get used to solo travel. But I'll tell you, traveling in Europe, like we're talking about right now, is much easier than the United States. And you're going to find that because the transportation is connected all around Europe, trains, boats, planes, buses, everything is connected. It's just a lot easier. Now, some regions are better than other. Like I'm in the Puglia region, which is the heel of the boot of Italy right now. And the trains are not as prolific as in other areas. And you have to take buses, and I'm not big on buses because sometimes they don't show up. So Puglia is a region that you might have to rent a car. And the next time I come back, I think I'll rent a car for 2 or 3 days and come with family or friends so that I can have a driver, because I'm not real thrilled about driving in Europe. I did it once in Spain and was scared to death. No, actually, that's not correct. You do not have to spend a lot of money on planes. Here's what I do to get to Europe from the USA. So I'm coming from California. I've been going on French B, which is a budget airlines. I arrive, it's a direct flight from San Francisco to Paris. You can get round trips for under $500, so you don't have to spend thousands. Now, I end up spending more because I do one-way tickets, so I spend almost double that because I don't like to decide when I'm coming back. I'd rather have it be open. But I've seen it listed for around $500, and that's from California, which is amazing. You can get it even cheaper from New York. So that's a myth, thinking you have to spend all this money to get here. Traveling to Ireland and then taking the ferry to the UK. Hey, that's great. Well, I don't share your thoughts on the European Union being a bad place, because I've spent a lot of time here and I get treated well. The food is delicious. I'm a lot more relaxed than when I'm in the United States. So I want to encourage people to come to Europe. And since I've been spending so much time here, 3 months every year, I've learned a lot about learning the languages, trying it out, being awkward, okay, fine, but it doesn't really matter. There's so many people that actually know English. Now, you shouldn't assume that they're going to know English. Learn 40 or 50 words of the language at least. And then, like I'm going to Sicily next, you're going to be immersed in their language and you're going to have to learn it, which is great. And that's wonderful. You can go to Ireland and stay with someone for free. But I'll tell you, another tip I have for you is if you go January, February, and March, the accommodation prices in Europe are much lower, like 50% lower than they are in the summer. And if you're in Southern Europe, like I am, it's not really that cold. It was cold in Venice, but it wasn't that cold in Nice, France. I just finished a 1,400-mile train trip myself, solo, starting in Paris, and now I'm at the tip of the boot heel in Puglia. So, yeah, of course I've been out at night in Paris and Rome because I don't just stay in my hotel room. I don't know what you're suggesting. But anyway, since I am an expert, you'll find that Paris and Rome, there's a lot of people out walking around here too. Like this is a smaller town in Lecce. It's not a tiny town, it's a medium-sized town. But there's always people out walking. So, and then restaurants open at 7:38, so there's a lot of action between 7 and 10 p.m. at night. So you don't have to feel like, oh, there's nobody out and I'm walking in the dark. I mean, in Venice, I was out late and felt completely safe. So see, Europe is a different thing. It's not like the United States where things close down really early. unless you're going to a club, which, not a lot of people over age 60 go to clubs. We just aren't interested anymore. We already did that. So, and they're loud and the drinks are overpriced. I mean, the prices here in Puglia are very good. I went to a super fancy restaurant last night. I mean, fancy in terms of, the lighting is perfect, the environment is beautiful, the quality is high, a seafood restaurant. And for what I spent, it was $35 for half a bottle of good wine, seafood risotto. That would have been closer to $100 in California. So, well, I can't comment on the migration policy of France and the UK because I don't know enough about it. But what I'm encouraging people to do is to travel the world. And hey, come on over to my channel and subscribe because I don't do lives that often. I like to do lives so I can answer your questions right away. But come on over and subscribe and see my over 1,000 videos from all over the world of places that I've been, and you'll get inspired to go too. I've been to London and Paris, and I would say Paris. I've figured it out and been there many more times, and I feel more comfortable there. London is great, and I think it's wonderful that you can speak English, but I prefer Paris. I like the culture there. I like what's available there, and I've spent a lot of time there. So I'm gonna sign off now, but I'm inviting you to come on over and subscribe to my channel. And if you're thinking of solo traveling, there's a lot of information for free. Also, I have a free newsletter on Substack. You can join that. I've got 1,300 subscribers now. There is a paid version where we do weekly videos on how you can start traveling the world. It's a lot less money than you think it is. And I've been doing it for 20 years. Oh, I am comfortable going to restaurants by myself. Very good question. And this is how I actually mingle with people in a place that I'm currently residing. So like last night I went to this restaurant, talked to the waiter, we had a nice chat. What other place? Oh, I talked to the people at another place I went, and I could tell I was the only tourist there. Everybody else was local. But the guy that was waiting on me, he was so nice, young man. We had a nice chat. See, there's always somebody that can know English, and then they give you that wait person, and you end up having a nice conversation. So actually, I go out by myself all the time. Now, this trip in Sicily, I am leading a photography retreat with 4 people, and they're going to be meeting me in Sicily. So I'll be going out with them. But 99% of the time, if I'm not leading a retreat, I'm traveling by myself and I'm going out to restaurants by myself. I'm completely comfortable doing that. And I just really enjoy my own company. I can take my time drinking a nice glass of wine. Like last night, the wine was so good and the meal was delicious and I had some time to just relax. And I think if you give yourself a chance to do that, you'll feel more and more comfortable. I was married for 20 years and I always, had a partner, so we would always go out. So when I first started traveling by myself, it felt a little unusual. But then I started to realize that it was actually fun because you're more open to having people approach you when you're by yourself. Now you have to be careful about who you talk to and just trust your gut if you don't get a right feeling about someone. But it's interesting to be solo because it's more prevalent that people want to talk to you and you want to talk to people too, because you're not with somebody else that you're having a conversation with. And it turns out to be that you end up making friends. So, that's why I like to go back to certain places in the world. I've been to 34 countries because I want to see the people that I've already made friends with. So many countries I've been to several times: India, Nepal, Thailand, Cambodia, Bali, France, Italy. Those are the top ones I can think of right off of. Laos, I've been to twice. And you want to go back and experience it in a new way and see your friends and see how they're doing. So it's not, once in a while you might get lonely, but you know, I have traveled with people that I ended up not wanting to travel with. Long time ago, years and years. And it makes it difficult if you're traveling with someone that doesn't have the same kind of perspective on traveling. So I recommend, if you want to apply to one of my retreats, I'm leading another one. It's not too early to apply for the Sicily one for next year, 2027. You can go to my site. I'll have it down on in the information in the description or the comments if you want to take a look at the pictures. There's only 4 to 6 people, so it's not a great big group. And we have a lot of fun. There's 7 days. It's a week-long retreat, and it's a very small group, so you don't feel like you get shuffled into this huge, which I think is not the optimum way to travel. So thanks for coming over. I really appreciate your hearts and your comments, and come on over and subscribe. Share this with somebody you know that might be traveling or considering solo traveling or just traveling the world. So I'll see you in the next video.